Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video today we're going to be looking at Iron Fury for the PC. The game was developed by Voidpoint LLC and published by 3D Realms and was released on Steam in 2019. Iron Fury is a first-person shooter which aims to take you back to how these classic games used to be. And it plans to do this using retro graphics, over-the-top action, even more over-the-top weaponry, synthwave and vaporwave music, and dodgy awful corny one-liners. Could the early 90s have returned at long last? Let's take a deeper look at the review and see. The game's plot is rather silly and something which you would expect to find in an awful B-rated sci-fi movie or one of the good old Arnie films. However, it's this extreme over-the-top silliness which is something that I really like about this game, and something that within 2 minutes of playing this game instantly brought a smile to my face. You play as Shelley Bombshell Harrison, who works for the country's global defence force, and she's going up against an evil scientist known as Dr. Jadis Heskell, who has unleashed brainwashed criminal members of his cybernetic cult onto the streets of Neo-DC. Shelley now knows it's time to kick ass and start chewing bubblegum, and to pick up her boomsticks and start causing more explosions instead of preventing them. Character-wise, the game's main focus is on Shelley herself, as it's only really her that we're playing as throughout the game. You do have interactions with the criminal mastermind from time to time, but the main focus really is on Shelley. So because of that fact, is she a likeable character then? I would have to say that yes she is, and that the developer did a really good job of getting that 90s action hero type character with Shelley. She feels like a mixture of Duke Nukem, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sigourney Weaver. So you can expect her not to take crap from anyone, while also wearing sunglasses and looking cool, while shouting out cheesy one-liners and doing headshots from all angles. So you're probably wondering what the gameplay like is for Iron Fury. Well, put it like this. I went in essentially blind with this game. I did know a little bit about it, but I did not know much aside from a few things that I had seen here and there. Within about 2 minutes of booting up this game, I found myself smiling, and that smile only got bigger and bigger the more I played. The gameplay is designed to be like that of the very old 90s first-person shooters of that era. And because of that, those games were made to pretty much throw you in the deep end right at the very start of the game. Because they were designed that way, they had to be able to hold your attention from the very start. And this game does exactly that, and then it just doesn't let go. It's all guns blazing, it's you versus the world, it's a great soundtrack beating in the background, it's cheesy one-liners after cheesy one-liners, and it's also got something in its gameplay that not all other games of today's era seem to have. Dozens upon dozens of hidden secrets in each level for you to find. No DLC, no paid content, just lots of hidden secrets and treats for you to track down in each area, and once you do find them, that smile only gets bigger. The graphics aspect of this game is something which I feel might divide some gamers that are old and new. You have to understand that right at the very start, and right indeed at the very heart of the matter, is this. The game's graphics are going for the old classic style look that gamers of myself originally went through and grew up with. If you are like me and you're 30 going on 40 and were a PC gamer right at the very birth of PC gaming, then you would have had a PC possibly with a crappy Voodoo 3000 and played such titles such as Doom, Duke Nukem, Wolfenstein and various others. This game's graphics are trying to be a mixture of modern, whilst also being retro, and in doing so I feel that some of today's newer generation of gamers might look at this game's graphics and just think that they look bad, without actually realising that they're that way on purpose and that it's meant to be part of the game's charm. The game level design starts off simple enough at the start, and you do have a basic idea of where you're needing to go and what you're needing to be doing. Later levels, however, really start to open up, and can become quite massive in design and layout. As a result of this, some areas can be rather difficult to navigate, and you can find yourself becoming lost on where to go or on what to do. I found myself getting lost rather a few times in some of the later levels, but because I've grown up with these type of games, I knew I would be needing to backtrack to various points to check if new areas had opened up or whatnot. That's me being an older gamer, however, and having a vague idea of what to do. I think some of these rather large open areas might end up getting some gamers of today's era even more lost and confused on what to do or on where to go, because it doesn't really help you out at any point. At this point in the review, I'm going to do something a little different here. Let me tell you a story first of when I was younger and I saw this game which was going to be released only on the PC. A game called Alien vs Predator. At that point in my life, I had never owned a PC before, but that one game made me want to get into PC gaming. So I ended up getting a gaming PC, and I got that game, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and thought that it was the best Alien or Predator game ever made. I then went on to playing such other incredible PC games such as Duke Nukem 3D, Star Wars Dark Forces, Doom, and many more. So because of that, this game here gives me a massive sense of nostalgia when playing it. Iron Fury does an amazing job of giving you that nostalgic feeling if, like me, this is what you grew up with. But here is where I would say that this is possibly a double-edged sword. For older fans such as myself, it's almost like finding a hidden, never released before Arnie film from the 90s, such as Commando 2, or The Running Man Part 2, the rerun. It's like finding a hidden masterpiece that once you see it, and you open it up, it will fill you full of a well of memories from the past. But here's the problem. If you're a newer gamer of today's generation, you won't have those thoughts or feeling of nostalgia, because it's highly unlikely that you will have ever played anything like those past games that I've mentioned whilst growing up. So because of that, I really do feel that this game itself is aimed at people of my age or older. I could be wrong, and newer gamers could play this game and absolutely love it, and I do indeed hope that that is the case. But when it comes down to this game and if you should buy it or not, I would say that if you are an older gamer like me, then yes, it's definitely worth a purchase, because of everything that this game is, represents, and gives you. If you're a newer gamer, however, I'm not really sure if this one might be right for you. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.